and welcome to Ask Better Questions with Alonzo Kelly. Today's question I have for you is, do you understand what it means to think strategically? Do you understand what it means to think strategically? Oftentimes we have in the workplace or maybe with our friends or our family, we say we need a strategy. We have to be strategic about this. I'd like to help you be a little more effective when that term is entered into the conversation. Actually, when a person is saying we need to think strategically, or you're thinking about being strategic, it actually comes in three parts, and I want to better define those for you. There is strategic thinking, strategic planning, and strategic acting. There is a difference between all three, and I'd like to briefly explain those. What does strategic thinking mean? I want for you to reflect on that last vacation you took or the one you are about to take, and you set a budget. Let's say the budget for conversation is $100. We have $100 that we can spend. If thinking about it in terms of vacation isn't something you can do yet, think about the grocery store. You have $100 that you can spend at the grocery store. And what goes into how you spend this is, how many people am I providing for? How long do I need this to last? What is the experience I need to create? And how much of this can I afford to not bring back with me? When is the next time that I will have $100 that I can use? If we can start with the premise, there will be no more money given. It's not going to fall out of the sky. Certainly it doesn't grow on trees. This $100 is all you have. As you're sorting this out for yourself, as you're shopping or planning your vacation with no new resources coming in, that is actually strategic thinking. So what is strategic planning? Strategic planning happens when you think about what it is you want to do, what it would take to make that happen, and how much you are currently short in allowing all of those experiences to happen. Let's go back to the vacation. It is going to cost you $300 to have this experience on your vacation. But remember, all you have is $100. Well, you want the experience. So that $200 that you're figuring out how to get, you are now engaged in strategic planning. You're planning for the trip. You're planning for, how do I make up these missing resources? You're planning for, maybe this experience we can do another way. If you think about the grocery store again, you need $300 to feed the entire class if you're a teacher, but all you have is $100. What else can I do that allows for me to feed everybody I need to with the resources I have available? What is it going to take for me to assume or collect or get the missing amount of money to have this full experience for everybody? I'm going to pause because it's important that you hear the distinction. Strategic thinking, this is all you have, you're not getting any more, how do we do this? Strategic planning, this is what you want, this is what you have, how do we make up this gap in resources? Strategic acting, the minute you start to assign accountability to the project, you start assigning time, consequences for things not being done, you have check-in meetings, all of those things where you are now actively engaged and then monitoring progress of the project, you are now strategic acting. So when you go into that meeting, even if it helps with your supervisor, and they say, we're going to have a strategy session, I think actually you'd come up with some cool points if you were to follow up with a better question. Is this meeting about strategic thinking? Should I come prepared to solve this with no new resources? Is this a strategic planning meeting? We're going to identify our resources, maybe resources that we're missing in order to accomplish this goal. Or is this a strategic acting meeting where we are assigning roles and responsibilities and an accountability plan? You can see how that's a much more effective way to getting the job done. I personally use that in my life. I professionally use that in my practice. I continue to master that, and I'm oftentimes asked to come in and help another team understand that as well. So it's not just about strategy, it's thinking, acting, planning. Thanks for sharing your time with me. I've enjoyed this conversation with you. I look forward to seeing you next time on Ask Better Questions with Alonzo Kelly. Find full episodes of Ask Better Questions with Alonzo Kelly online at whby.com. I invite you to find me on Twitter at KLGLLC and on Facebook, Kelly Leadership Group LLC. Thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you again soon.